Where are my mixed Asians at? So I got this comment on a recent post I did about being mixed Asian with an Asian dad. I disagree with the notion that mothers pass on culture. The vast majority of mixed Asians are very white, cannot speak a lick of their mother's language, and overall have adopted Western cultural mores. So let's break this down point by point, even though it's likely that everything I'm about to say is far too advanced and this person is out of their depth. So first of all, not all mixed Asians are mixed with white. That assumption alone tells me that this isn't coming from real knowledge or engagement with mixed people. So starting with most of them are basically white is just factually wrong. That is your internalized white supremacy, colonialism, and patriarchy showing. But if that's too advanced, just say that. Secondly, people not speaking their cultural language is not wanting to be white or Western. Assimilation was and is a survival mechanism. Families were literally punished, shamed, physically harmed, or unalived for speaking their languages and practicing their cultures in public spaces. That history is very much documented and it's not hidden. It's also readily available if you actually make an effort to learn it. Again, if it's too advanced, just say that. Third, the entire video started with, are you a mixed Asian and your dad is the Asian parent? So I don't even know what you're doing here. But if that's too advanced, just say that. And now the point that you're saying you disagree with, that mothers often pass down culture. That is not an opinion. That is backed up by research and facts. Research from the Journal of Marriage and Family, the Pew Research Center, the American Psychological Association, and a myriad of other places all show this pattern. That mothers do and have done the majority of caregiving and emotional labor in most families. And the parent doing the majority of the caregiving is usually the one passing down culture, language, traditions, and identity. It's called cultural socialization. It's literally a well-documented and well-researched social pattern. It's very easy to look up studies if you make an effort as well too. But again, if that's too advanced, just say that. And what really stood out in the comments is that you literally said you have no interest in looking anything up yourself. You were fine asking other people to do the research for you. Going back to what I said about internalized white supremacy and colonialism, that's your privilege showing. Expecting others to do the labor for you while you get to be intellectually dim. For us, people actually affected by this, we don't get to opt out of understanding it. We live this. Instead of asking us to do more work for you, explain our lived experience in a way that you can understand, you can make the effort instead. But if that's too advanced, just say that. I also run a mixed race community. You do not. People share their stories with me every single day. They don't share them with you and people like you because you're not only unsafe, but you're happy to continue to spread harmful narratives and don't have any interest in expanding your mind or critically thinking. So when I'm talking about these patterns, it's not coming from projection and bias like it is with you and your internalized systems of oppression. It's coming from lived experience and thousands of conversations that I have every single day. So that means unless you're actively involved in the mixed community and actually engaging with us in a meaningful way, and you are actually mixed, you have the literal last opinion with the least amount of facts, understanding, and knowledge. It's all based on your own bias and projection. That's called conjecture. But again, if that's too advanced, just say that. So anyways, y'all, if you're mixed and you've ever had someone try to define your identity for you, dismiss your experience, or whatever, just know that you're not alone. And I understand that this person is being a troll and hiding behind a keyboard. You don't need to get in my comment section and tell me that, I know. But their comment and this way of thinking is something that is very real in our mixed experience day to day. People think like this about us. People parrot these narratives about us every single day. And I hope that this video helps give other mixed folks words so that they can push back against it and they can feel less alone. And as a reminder, we are not here to shrink ourselves to make ignorance more comfortable. We don't owe anybody an explanation of our lived experience that makes sense to them. Our experiences are valid, and we don't have to accept that people are just going to make assumptions about us, and we should just be quiet. Until next time, y'all.